Hey you guys, this is Madison. I just wanted to go ahead and send in my lesson plan video. I hope that this does not cut me off. If it does, I'm sorry. It will be 2 videos because apparently my phone does not have storage, even though I pay for storage. So real quick, my lesson plan is for 2nd grade English Language Arts. Out of my students, I have 2 students with IEPs. Both of them are autistic, and one of them also has an executive function disorder. 3 of my students have been identified as pre-gifted and talented because that doesn't start until 3rd grade, at least in the school that I'm observing at. And then 3 of the students are ELL students. My standard is describe the relationship between information from 2 or more texts on the same theme or topic. So I chose 3 books for my lesson. One of them is an epistolary, so the book is written through letters. It's called Love Agnes. It's about an octopus who describes how she hides in her environment. One of them is an informational text. It's called Do You Know Chameleons? And then the other one is called Halibut Jackson, and it's a fiction narrative on a boy who changes his outfit to hide into his backgrounds in his everyday life, like in the city. So I wasn't originally going to start with a warm-up, but the template kind of forces us to have a warm-up, so I created a warm-up on Diffit. It's about polar bears and owls. This just kind of gets the students in the mindset of what we're going to be talking about, introduces them a little bit to camouflage, and it also hits on all 4 of my learning targets in the questions that they have to answer for the mini text comparison. So first I'm going to have the class start out at the front of the room where I introduce, what camouflage is. I'll start by saying, like, have you all ever played hide and seek? Sometimes animals like to do this. It's called camouflage. Why do you think animals might camouflage? And when the students give their responses, I'm going to be writing important words down on the whiteboard that they say. And this will serve as a word bank later on for their assignments. So I'll write things down like camouflage, predator, hiding, temperature, texture, mood, lighting, stuff like that. Some of the longer words that the second graders or the ELL students might have a hard time spelling. So once I introduce the warm-up, I'll have them go back to their seats. They'll do the worksheet on their own, and then they'll come back. They'll give me the paper when they come back, so that way I can quickly check who is okay, like who is getting it correctly, who already knows how to identify the big idea, who already knows how to pull different information from each text. During this whole time, I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes on the whiteboard, a visual timer, so this helps the students kind of understand how much time they have left, kind of plan their time. This will also help with the student with executive function disorder. And then I will also go to him and make sure that he's actually starting on his tasks, making sure that he's answering at least the first question. Once the timer's done and all the students are back to the front of the room with the whiteboard, I will then introduce the texts that we're going to be using. And I will not have enough time to read all of the texts to them, all of the books, so I'm just going to be reading the important parts of the books. So like in the Love Agnes book about the octopus, I'll read one of the letters that the octopus sends about how she's hiding and using camouflage. In the chameleon book, I'm going to